Okay, I thought while I'm waiting for a client, I will create a quick sculpt here. I found this pretty cool looking concept here. Again, it's a AI generated image. I'm not against using it just for practice. Because actually you get pretty much variations quickly when you're using AI generated images just from I don't know, like from Pinterest or so. Some days ago I had my first live stream. It was pretty cool, and I thought I can create more of these just just for practice because I'm actually not used to yeah, like talk to myself. I'm preparing a some kind of base mesh. Hey, good morning. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just practicing here for fun. And I thought I have some yeah quick streams for you guys. So just to be in touch with you and to communicate, of course, more with people online actually. In this rough stage, I'm trying to match the concept. And I have some landmarks like the nose, eyes, and ears. That's why I'm placing these, uh, yeah, roughly first in a quick way in just a few minutes. So I have these landmarks where I can yeah, see some yeah, like landmarks like the nostrils and so on, where to orient yourself for the perspective. Yeah, when you're as a many beginners do this like Dynamesh and clay tubes. Um, when you begin with Dynameshing everything and you end up with too much geometry actually, with too much polygons. And that can be a problem because you get really messy with your work. So less geometry, less polygons is sometimes better. So try to use these primitives first and build up your like base mesh. It's actually, it doesn't matter what you are creating. If you're creating a face, a full body, or a monster or whatever, try to build it up from primitive, yeah, like structure. You see, I placed just two spheres and one sphere for the nose, and I'm ready to create this perspective because I have some landmarks already, and yeah, it's easier actually. I know many or some of my students asked me, or actually one of my students asked me if I can create a head from one sphere, and it's actually the same workflow, but you're making your life a little bit easier when you're working uh, with separate geometry like I do here. Make your life easier as an artist. You do not have to impress anybody to when you tell like, oh, I did it from just one sphere. It's actually okay to do it, but it's not necessary. In the end, when your client is asking you for a work, then you have to be efficient with your work actually, and be efficient. More it to be efficient is more important than just following like um, yeah, or impressing people in on ArtStation also. And you have this advantage that you can isolate stuff like I do here. And you can work quickly this way. When you are masking the ear and hit Control D, you can higher the poly count here as well. Or I mean, when you like separate, just just subdivide this ear. You can mask it and then subdivide with Control D. Did you see my my live stream, my last live stream? I was curious how many people were seeing it. Like sometimes it's not reacting and you have to reset your view. Ah, okay, but you can see it on demand when you go to my channel and go to the live stream videos. You still can watch it, but it's actually a pretty long stream. I cannot edit it. I mean, there are some like breaks I'm I'm taking, but you can skip them and watch the whole or the rest. And it's absolutely normal when you're sculpt first. Looks completely, I don't know, ugly. Like I always say, it has to be ugly before it can be beautiful. So don't worry when your sculpt is not perfect at the first try. Placing some eyes here, just as a placeholder. Eyes are pretty small actually. We are used to see big eyes on cartoon characters, but on a real person, eyes are actually very small. I'm using Damien Standard to mark some of the landmarks. Of his face, so I can like work more on the details now. He has a very cool nose, very I like to work on these like very pronounced or very prominent faces, and not just beautiful girls, but on more like character driven faces. I'm extracting the mustache from the upper lip. And here I use Dynamesh. watch for the volume. I'm watching for like this shape here and this shape here to achieve the correct shape and the correct volume, because he has very big mustache here. That's going pretty much to the front as well. Thanks, Christopher. Um, yeah, I'm just doing a quick sculpt because I have time. I'm waiting for the answer of my client. And while I'm waiting, I thought I can create a quick sculpt. Yeah, work your way towards the final result. Um, and take your time when you're doing this, because do not rush too much. Do not like give up when it's not perfect at the first try. I'm marking already where I want the hair to be. like over there, and the neck should be thicker. These neck muscles are very important for a character because they are making a I don't know, a like old person old and a young person young, because you get very much details here for your character, or for actually characteristics of this person. And every character is differently, and you have to know how the neck is working. Like I show it on mine, like these muscles here are going to the throat here. It's very important to get them right on a character, even on a stylized character. Because this is your transition between head and body. And these muscles as well. So build up the muscles, and they are creating this curve. But don't worry when you're creating like huge muscles here. You can build them down again, like with your move brush. Just move them slightly in, but you get the definition. You keep the definition still here. Of course, it's hard to create the neck correctly without shoulders. So actually, when I'm creating a character like this, I'm creating at least the upper body, the whole upper body. Not in detail, but yeah, like the most important sections. And this muscle here is, you can feel it on your own body where they go. They go right um, right to the ear here. And the ear has some depth, or it needs some depth here. I'm using backface masking for creating some depth. Keep in mind to create a decent ear, even from the back, because sometimes you have characters you see from the back, or like standing with the back to the camera, especially when you are creating male characters where you can see the back of the ear, and of course when you create game characters, because you see maybe the character from the back when you're like watching from the third person view. Subdividing again, when you cannot see the when I'm subdividing, you cannot see the effect, but it's actually there when I switch on my wireframe. When I'm subdividing, you see it's subdivided, but only the section I need, just the ear. And when I smooth it out, you see the effect. You have to be careful with pinching. Do not pinch too much, but he has very pinched ears here. Actually, creating ears is pretty fun because they are very unique from character to character or from person to person. And mostly from on male characters, this section here is watching more or sticking more out. Mm. Like this. Not too much, but Not too much, but it's there. And I'm actually still in rough sketch uh, mode here. So these are still separated um, pieces because yeah, like you have the advantage when you are working like this. You have the advantage to change things when your art director says like, "Oh, I want I don't know, or I want the proportions a little bit different." You have the chance to change it here pretty easily. Geometry is still loose here because yeah, like I said, do not use too much geometry at your start. Um, you get in trouble when you're using too much geometry. At the start, to control the yeah your sculpt is not easy then. He has some fat here. It's actually fat and skin that's like on a on an older person. Um, you're getting more skin and fat here, and of course his color is pushing the skin a little bit more together. Of course, he turns his head differently than the upper body, so the color maybe will not fit to the concept perfectly. Oh. Maybe you need some more information how the color works, how the suit works. I think he is a guy from, I don't know, like 1800 or so, 1850. I think about 1880. So watch for references 80 on like um, suits from 1880. and get some more references how this works, because the concept itself doesn't show how it works here, how it looks. Uh, I mean, realistic when you want to create a realistic looking cloth piece here. Oh. Um, Creating my hair as long, or I stay symmetrical as long as I can, and create my hair from like symmetrical. And I know that here most people are not symmetrical, or have not symmetrical top hair here, but at the sides mostly symmetrical. And for hair, I would recommend to get references as well, because yeah, different type of people have different type of like this hairline and so on. So get good references for hair. But this is just a placeholder right now. Yeah, I don't know if I can play some music or so on on the stream. I think it's not possible to stream music, because they can claim or delete the stream. Actually, it's pretty hard to work and talk at the same time. I have to get used to it. Yeah, I watched for some music, but yeah, like I said, it's thanks. Uh, yeah, and maybe the music is annoying as well. I don't know. Create some strokes here for the to get the volume correct. I mean, I get some structure there, and then I can see the volume a little bit better, and then work towards a volume that makes more sense because hair is not growing like in this huge curve. Should be more flat here, and then work out these hair strands more. Mm. Thanks. Yeah, you can of course repeat very much, and like I said on my last stream, you do not have to use ZBrush for it. So when you are using other software, it's absolutely fine because actually, yeah, when you're creating sculpts, it doesn't matter in what program you working. But yeah, when you're using ZBrush, of course, you can download this. I mentioned it on my last stream as well. You can download the custom toolset here if you're if you want to follow my videos more exactly or more like when you need some of these buttons here. Of course, these are buttons that I use mostly. So I have some I want to delete or split some polygroups when I'm like uh, when I mask something out also, or Dynamesh, ZRemesh, mirror stuff, symmetry, and so on. And of course my perspective stuff. So you can download it on Patreon. It's for free. If you really want to follow. But these buttons are, it's no magic. These buttons are you find them on the menus as well. I trace some of these of the flow of the hair directly through from the reference. So I stick as much as possible to the original concept. That's a good question. When you want to do more stylized stuff, I would absolutely recommend uh, to go first realistic and then stylized, because for realistic you get more reference, even your own face. When you use your own face as a reference, it's actually realistic. And yeah, I would definitely recommend to study first realistic and then go more towards stylized. Because this is actually stylized. Okay, even if I go like and create more details or so, this is still stylized. But underneath there is a realistic yeah, a realistic anatomy. So go first realistic, then anatomy, then stylized. Yeah, I like this look of his, because yeah, he has some characteristics in the eyes and the of course the mustache. And it's not a like young perfect person. He has some characteristics in his eyes, and he is a person who has lived for I mean he has some he has seen some things. If I can say it like this, maybe he is a, I don't know, World War I veteran or so, and and or a general or whatever. He looks like someone who has seen a lot of things. And yeah, back to the studies. Yes, I would definitely recommend to study realistic anatomy first. At least try to know mm, what kind of shape does does a skull, for example. You have a skull here, okay, these cheekbones here, and try to understand how it works in reality, how it shapes your face actually. Um, and then, of course, when you want to go stylized, then you add some stylized elements to it. But yeah, even if you watch like old how they how are they called mm, making ofs from Disney, old Disney movies, like I don't know, Snow White or so. When you watch them draw these characters, they always have something in the background, like a skeleton or books of anatomy. They always use real anatomy for sketching or for drawing these really really stylized characters. keep in mind that when you, yeah, actually, like Daniel Day-Lewis from There Will Be Blood. Actually, I seen the movie some days ago. I think last week, and I love this character in the movie. Or Gangs of New York. But in Gangs of New York, he has a I think his mustache is very or more slim. Yeah, I think this style is from I don't know 1850 or 1880 or so. My computer configuration. Actually, I have a pretty basic gamer computer, and it's actually pretty old already. Um, I did some updates on graphics card. Yeah, that's it actually. Or on RAM. Um, uh, yeah, but it's actually pretty old gaming computer. I spent some money once. I thought when I was new to 3D art, I was spending once a little bit more money, but the computer is still running pretty good, and the and I actually do not have a specific or a special like um, configuration or so. It's just a gaming computer, but you can, of course, I run ZBrush already on a standard laptop, and it works pretty fine. Oh yes, I think I'm not a huge like technical guy, um, but i7 is totally fine for ZBrush. But like I said, do not spend too much money on technical stuff. Even if your computer is not the newest or the most powerful, do not spend too much money on it. I recommend to, especially for beginners, for my students, I recommend. I gave some live lessons in a school. I think 2 years, 2 2 months ago. No, 2 weeks ago. Sorry. Um, and we did just drawing anatomy. So when you're a beginner, do not spend too much money on technical stuff, and especially when um, you're welcome. Especially when you're living in a country where you maybe do not earn that much, um, then I would recommend to spend more time on art, learning on art fundamentals, learning like drawing, painting, studies of light, but in real light. I do not mean in 3D and in Blender. I mean real light. Uh, just just take just take a light source and just grab something and play with the light and watch what this light does and try to draw it, but just on a piece of paper. And like I said, a piece of paper and a pencil cost you about $1 or so. Depends, of course, what kind of pencil you are using and what kind of, paper. But it just costs some cents, and you can learn a lot from, like from studies from the real world. And of course, do not, like I said, do not spend too much money on it, especially when you're a beginner. When you're running a studio or whatever, then of course you have to have some, like processing power, but as a beginner, not very much, I think. This is just my opinion. Like I said already on my live stream, first live stream, I was using a very, very cheap graphics tablet for, I think, 5 years before I bought a more advanced, or I spent then a little bit more money on it. But I still have it. I think it was $300 or 300 euros back then, but I'm still using it for, I think, 12, 13 years now. So yeah, mostly I'm using stuff until it falls apart. I like my computer, my car, my graphics tablet. Thank you. You have some nicknames I cannot pronounce actually. DD's, RPZ, I don't know. And Nikon, I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. Yeah, use cheap stuff. And when you can create art with cheap stuff, then you can create art with expensive stuff. I see a lot like drawings on Instagram, for example, where someone just draws with a pencil, like I mean with this blue pencil here. This is art. I mean, this is AI generated, but actually people out there are actually drawing like this. Yeah. Yeah, actually, comfortable workspace is very important. So yeah, like you enjoy sitting at the desk and sorry. Yeah, you enjoy sitting at the desk and work and can work more freely or more comfortable, yes. Yeah, for example, I bought one of these, let me show you, this little keyboard here. Costs, I don't know, 5 euros or so. And I can place it directly next to my graphics tablet. So you do not have to reach out for your keyboard. And like I said, I'm using cheap stuff, and it's not a shame to have cheap. equipment. I'm using Marvelous as well for clothing, but just when I go more realistic, because to create stylized stuff in Marvelous is more, or yeah, like it's not that possible to you have to at least retouch the Marvelous cloth for stylized stuff and simplify a lot. But yes, I'm using Marvelous as well. I'm giving classes for Marvelous in a school here nearby. Because on Marvelous, sometimes you get these like wraparounds. It's not. It's actually realistic when you look on your own cloth. It gets wrinkles are getting more wrapped around. This is something that actually is realistic, but on stylized characters, you mostly have more simplified forms, more simplified folds. That's why I'm not using Marvelous for stylized characters. But Marvelous is as well very fun to use. And you get, of course, quick, beautiful results. But I think last half year, I'm creating more stylized stuff, like for YouTube and for Patreon, because actually the industry is more focused on stylized characters, especially in Europe. Realistic stuff is yeah, like more American companies. But even when you are watching like or playing games like I don't know from Europe, I'm Assassin's Creed or so. I think Assassin's Creed is from France. Is from a French studio, and even Assassin's Creed, it looks realistic, but it's very stylized in detail. when you watch closely to people, how they are, or to the bodies, the characters, they are very stylized. Thank you, Lucy. I'm creating just a sketch. I'm just sketching here. It could be like a character from, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption or so. I thought of like an old cowboy or something like that. Get some volume in the wrinkles when do not just like draw wrinkles like this and leave them. They always, when you raise your eyebrows, you're always getting some volume here. I know he is not raising his eyebrows, but actually some volume is still there. Not too much, but some variety in the details. And I'm still very loose with my geometry. So you can create a lot of detail even with loose geometry like I do here. In 3D, for the first question, do you draw? Yes, I used to draw for I don't know. When I was young, I was more drawing. In my teenage time, I was drawing like comic books, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, everything. I was very into drawing, and yeah, from this time I got a lot of knowledge about anatomy. So when I was studying 3D, the transition between 2D and 3D was very easy for me because I had a lot of knowledge about drawing, art, anatomy, clothing, hair, and whatever. That's why I always recommend. This is, of course, my way to teach or to learn is through 2D because the transition between 2D or from 2D to 3D is more easy than from 3D to 2D actually. It's not necessary when you're a 3D artist to go in 2D, but I mean for studying. And 2D is always actually easy to do. It's cheap, it's easy, you can do it on the couch. You can draw your cat, you can draw your room, you can draw whatever you want. You do not have to spend time or money on a computer. You do not have to switch it on, check your emails, check, I don't know, Instagram or Twitter. Uh, just just on your couch, just drawing, and you are actually learning a lot through drawing. So yes, I draw a lot, or I used to draw a lot. I'm not drawing a lot now because no time. But I was drawing for I don't know 10 years or longer. I think even longer. Because since I was a kid, I was drawing, and then in my mid 20s, I started 3D. And to the second question, for how long I'm 3D artist, I was studying 3D art in 2009, and from this, or I had some experience in 3D already in 2008 or whatever. I don't remember exactly when I really started, but yeah, yeah. But my studies I started in 2009, and yeah, and since then I'm using 3D of like uh, as a beginner first, and then since 2012 I'm a professional 3D artist. So a pretty long time actually already. And like I said, for this technique here is mhm. uh, yeah, I was actually always into art. I um, really recommend to visit museums, to go out, to study real things. This is something that many younger artists are missing, actually. Um, to like live a life and then apply this life to your art. Or I'm not a huge I'm like artist. I'm more like a designer actually, because art is actually something different. But yeah, like younger people are missing life a little bit. I know I sound old, like an old person, but it's actually true because I there is a game that's. Are you freelancing? Um, I'm freelancing as a 3D artist. Yes, I was employed for 10 years in the advertisement industry. So I learned a lot of advertisement as well. So lighting, rendering, render settings, marketing, whatever. I learned a lot of this. And as side projects, I created a lot of characters for print, like you see in the background. These are my prints there and there. Um, I did a lot of print stuff and so on, and gaming, game stuff. Uh, yeah, travel a lot. You get a lot of like inspiration from traveling. I was this year in France, in Paris. A beautiful place, very cool, very cool museums there. Yeah, visit other countries, learn about other cultures. Yeah, learn real stuff, or yeah, like reality, and then apply it to your to your work. And yeah, back to my career. Yes, and right now I'm working um, more as a freelancer and more on gaming stuff. Still printing stuff, and yeah, like YouTubing or YouTube stuff. Education. Um, I'm teaching in a school here in my hometown. Um, yeah, like a huge mixture of different things. But I'm spending a lot of time on studying on 3D in every single like technical aspects, artistic aspects, and so on. So teaching, whatever. And yeah, sitting for 4 weeks in the apartment. I know this. I was like in my younger times. I was like te I was studying, and my sister and brother were like partying, and I was studying at home. So yeah, as a 3D artist, you are never finished finished studying. You're studying always. AI, yes. I I use AI art or AI art for more like YouTube stuff, because mm, it's getting more like it's actually more interesting for, or it's a interesting topic for YouTube, and of course it's an interesting topic for studios as well. So when they create characters, they always look for AI art first. AI, actually, I do not like the term art regarding AI. Of course, it's like like a topic. It's not easy, actually. But AI, let's stick with AI generated characters. Um, yeah, it's getting more interesting for studios because they can have a huge variety of characters in a uh, quick amount of time. And that's why I'm working more and more on AI generated stuff. And the second thing is I'm showing it here prominently in my videos. And I do not want any other artist who is like, oh, you're using my stuff and you're not allowed to, or you didn't ask for AI things. I do not have to ask anyone. I even do not have to ask the original creator of this piece to use it, but it's just for practice, just for showing. It's not something I would use for a game, for a client work or whatever. Yeah, like I said, I do not have to ask anyone to use it. Because like I told with the music in the stream, music in streams is very, very like um, difficult because artists are, of course, it's not a bad thing. Artists have to. I'm an artist and I want um, to earn money as well, of course. And when someone uses my work, I want him to pay for it, of course. But for a small YouTuber like me, it's not affordable to pay for it, for music or whatever. And that's why I decided, because, like I said, it's an interesting topic for YouTube videos, and it's easy to get. And it's easy to get a huge variety of stuff. But I don't think that AI art will be like real art. I do not think that we will travel to Paris, to the Louvre, um, and watch like AI art. This will never happen, I think. I know there are many people who are telling different things, but it's just my opinion. Yeah. Okay, this is a quick sketch. Of course, I need to adjust. I think I I was sculpting like in this perspective, and of course, you need to watch other perspectives that things like here, these forms are not sticking too much out. So some things I need to build back or make a better transition between these, so they are not sticking too much out. But for a quick sketch, yeah, and when you like to support me as a 3D artist, as an artist in general, as a teacher, of course you can leave me a comment, a like, a subscription, if you want to see more of my streams, of my content. And of course you can visit my Patreon. And there are some courses I'm working on. You can learn anatomy and building characters for games. I do a lot, or I'm working on some of these courses right now. So of course you're getting some benefits, and the the Sculpting Guru tier is sold out, unfortunately, but have a look at it frequently. Maybe you get the chance, maybe someone jumps off and you get the chance to get a place in Sculpting Guru, and then you can of course get some feedback from me and get in touch with me. But actually you can write comments and I will answer them as well. But when you're really into getting 3D artist or so, even if you are a hobbyist, I think you can get a lot from my courses on Patreon. And of course it supports me and this channel, and I can be more independent from freelance stuff, from work, and can teach you guys in courses and in streams like this one. Let me know if you like streaming more than video on demand. I don't know. I'm actually new to streaming, but I actually like the idea to interact with you people, that you can ask me directly. Actually, I like it a lot because sometimes it's very hard to just do sculpting and just work for your own. And I don't know if what you are actually want. I see it just when the video is out, and then I see the clicking rate. So yeah, let me know what you like most, and maybe what you like. What would you like see next? Okay, I will grab a lunch now, and I see you in the next live stream. Bye bye.